aquí estamos con todo un lujo de entrevista con una leyenda del atletismo, Paula Radclife. Hi, Paula.
Hi.
Pleased to meet you. Thanks
Nice to meet
for being with us as television.
Thank you. Very pleasure to be here.
Storming home to win the 2003 London Marathon. Watch the time, watch the clock. She's going to smash the world record. Absolutely incredible. 2 hours, 15 minutes and around 25 seconds.
How does it feel being a record woman? Is it something you realize every day, or you have just realized it sometime along?
Yeah, I think it's only sometimes you think about it when you look back on your career, and of course it's there all the time, but it doesn't make me who I am, but it's a part of who I am. And I think that the longer it stands and the slower I get as I get older, then the more I appreciate it.
Do you think your record is unbeatable, or
No,
do you think someone will beat
record is
it
unbeatable.
soon?
When you set a record, you expect that it will get beaten at some point. I don't want it to get beaten. I would like for it to stand forever, but at the same time, it's what happens. The sport moves on, and things get beaten.
If someone beats your record, who do you want to break this record, and where do you think it would be more likely to be broken? London, maybe? Don't know.
Maybe. I think London is the course I set it on, obviously, so it's a quick enough course. I think Berlin's a quick course, not New York. New York's a great course, but it's not a record. My daughter?
Any actual racer?
No, because then I'm wishing for it to be broken, and I don't wish for it to be broken.
To keep it for you. Okay.
I think it was very much frustration, not just for me, but for many of those records which represent historic moments in our sport and great performances, very inspiring performances by great athletes. And to wipe everybody just because there are some suspect, it doesn't make sense. And I think they realised that. And I think it was always an initiative from European athletics, not from the International Athletics Federation. So I think the IAAF understood, and now also European athletics understood. And I think they wanted to make something to restore credibility in the sport, which does need to be done. But I think it's better that the effort goes in making sure that the testing improves, that the moral education improves, and the investment in anti-doping improves before you start trying to wipe away the past.
What do you think about nowadays systems to check if there's doping? Do you think something can be improved? Or
yeah, it can always be improved. I think it can always be improved. And
which measures do you think maybe?
More money, definitely, for more research and development into the testing, more intelligence-based instead of just testing. Make sure you're testing the right places at the right time, because it's a waste of money if you're testing at the wrong time. So for each event there are different times that's the best time to go and check.
Would you say athleticism is nowadays clean?
I think it's a lot cleaner than it was. I don't think you can say it's 100% clean, but I think you can say it's leading the way for other sports. There is no sport that is 100% clean.
Who is the biggest athlete for you in history? Do you have any idol, any reference?
It's a difficult question, I think, because for me as a marathon runner, my three big idols as I was growing up were Ingrid Christiansen, because she was the person watching when I was 11 who first inspired me to race the marathon. Joan Benoit Samuelson, because I've got to know her so well, and I think as first women's marathon Olympic champion, but the way she embraces running and passion for and love for running is very inspiring, and still running now. In Chicago she goes to try and beat 3 hours at 60, so it's amazing. And then Grete Waitz. Grete Waitz for me was a big inspiration because she won on cross country, on road, on track, and she was such a dignified person and a very special person to know, and she fought the cancer with as much dignity as she raced.
Because stars should never retire.
No, but I think they stay on, and they stay the stars in just a different area of life.
What do you think about Bolt? Do you think he?
Yeah, he's also yeah, but he will stay. He will stay close to athletics, I think, and we will still see him around. But no athlete can stay at the top forever.
How many kilometers do you run per week?
Now I don't add it up. If I have to guess, I don't know. Maybe some weeks it's 50 kilometers, maybe some weeks it's 80 kilometers. Yeah. It's for pleasure. It's for what I feel like doing each day. Diario AS. Hi everybody. Hi from a magical Magic Run weekend here in Disneyland Paris. If you haven't been, then come join us next year, September 2018 or 2018. And we'll have amazing fun with a great kick-off on the Friday night, 5 kilometers in the dark with the parks all lit up. And then why not come back and try the Bippity Boppity Boo challenge with the 10K and the half marathon the next day. We'll see you next year.